Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today I'm going to make a really big, chunky bracelet. And yeah, so this is going to be similar to the one that I did kind of recently. Um, Trying to remember when that was. A little while ago. Anyway, so it's got this really dark red and it's got a light blue. I need a light blue. Hang on. Do, do, do. Oh, this is going to be a problem in it. All right, wait. Let's do this first. Let's find a green. I hadn't really thought about this. Sorry, guys. All right, so I just highlighted all of our background blue. And then I'm going to take the paint and fill the whole area. And boom, we now have a template that is green. Now I can go find a nice light blue. And I don't have to rack my brain around what's painted and what's not. So, oh, and I need one more thing. I need my wall hanging because this is where the inspiration came from. Recently, I did a bracelet based on it. And yeah, I was kind of like, maybe I didn't do it the way I kind of thought I was going to do it. So, and I've got a little thing off to the side here to kind of remind me where my starting point was. Mind you, all I've worked out so far is the starting point. This. Oh, and we're only doing 1/4 because I can copy and zip everything into place after. Right? Is that right? That does seem. That goes around. That does all of that. Okay, so this makes the original diamond that's in it. And then, well, I guess at this point I can kind of really do anything I want. I could make this to where it just keeps repeating itself endlessly, which would be really cool. See, in this, there was a lot of other stuff going on, and my thought was putting the one part of the pattern that I really liked in the middle, and then maybe getting a little bit creative on the stuff that's outside of that. So yeah, this is all about trying to be creative and having some fun here. Let's go ahead and make the counterpart like if this thing had been doubled or whatever. All right, so hang on, this would be the light blue would go this way, right? And at some point here soon, obviously, I will have to start working out the underlying strings because this is crazy complicated. And yes, I am totally making this very hard on myself. I am going to have patterns changing and different things going on in it. So that's it's part of the excitement. This is what I wanted to make. So and kind of starting out with the underlying strings early on, probably going to be helpful in that as I start getting creative here, I don't have to backtrack a whole lot and find out, oh, you can't make it go that direction. There's not a string available. So I don't know if this one changes direction or if it's, oh, this is probably going that way. No, maybe not. Oh, I know. This is this way. The red is out here. The blues keep doing that thing where they bounce on the edges. I had this in the other one. Got it. I should kind of know this in advance. But I didn't work this out. Like I honestly thought it would be fun to do a video where I try to do something really complex and then just kind of roll with it, see where it goes, and then make it. And I have no idea why I keep coming up with these big projects when they're super time consuming and I'm just going to complain about it later. Do, 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 do. Yeah, and this is the dark coming through here. So now I'm just kind of really going at it because I kind of see exactly what it's doing and how this layout is. And it's a little bit easier to concentrate on an area as opposed to following a single strand downwards. So they are alternating with the exception that the outside pretty much just stays the darker of the two. And the light one keeps bouncing in as opposed to coming out straight, which again makes these a little bit harder because you really have to keep in mind that every single time it's going to change. And that did pose a problem for me the last time I did this. I think it was called My Pattern 13, something like that. All right. Okay, I think the rest of these are all the reds. So what I'm going to try to take from the wall hanging is elements that I thought were kind of interesting. Play with that a little bit. Kind of mix this whole thing up. Let's see how that goes. All right. So one of the things we had was there was like a little diamond like that. That's easy enough. The blue is in the center. So that's the diamond. Then this came up around that. And let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then comes back in and back in this way. So we get like this little spiral thing. Oh, I see. Wait, how does that not be a red? That might not be possible in this one. Whoops. Oh, am I? Oh, hang on. And then this is what cut off the spiral, I think. Because it's like a line out here. Right. So now that works. This doesn't work though. Hang on. That will though. Okay, so we just have a bigger spiral that's doing a thing, which I think that's going to look cool when it gets mirrored. All the colors are doing sort of okay. Oops. Do, do, do. And I guess to make that spiral sort of complete, we will put another layer around it. Right, and then that's a blue coming out there, a blue coming out there, a blue coming out there, and these will be reds. So cool. Now we have a cool little spiral thing happening. What else was kind of neat? There's something that goes like this. that I thought kind of looked a little bit like the Wi-Fi thing. So we can put that in here. And we're almost to the end, so whatever we can fit in that's interesting. And you can see for the most part, I'm trying to keep most of these going straight, like not adding a whole bunch of weird zigzags in between to kind of mix them up. It makes making it a whole lot easier, as well as it makes I don't know. I think it makes the patterns kind of interesting and sort of a different kind of way. All right, so we got the spiral there. That's going to be on both sides. We got this little thing. What else was neat in here? We could do another wavy line thing. Like this. Right? Put a blue there. That was really weird. My phone just did a thing which I don't think it normally ever does make noise. It kind of gave me a shock. All right, so we can follow these along. That's all easy peasy. Follow this along. Also, whoop. A little too far. Hit the white on the outside. All right, this blue. Kind of don't know where this is going. But that's kind of the fun of like coming up with your own pattern, right? You don't necessarily have to have all the answers in advance. Some of it can just come down to experimenting and seeing what you can do. And yeah. So maybe the red does this and allows that blue to be an X. Because that's kind of neat. And then we can bring the blue around that. Let's fill these in and see where our string choices are for the end of this. Because I kind of like the blue X thing. That's kind of a neat, different sort of thing. So there'll be an X on either side. Getting down to the last of the strings here. Ah. Not a whole lot of choices left for the very last strings, but that's all right. That is going to be super interesting. Oh, I do like it. That's cool. Wait, you might not be able to envision what that's going to do. So let's use our guidelines and the select tool, copy and paste that, use our flip tool, flip this horizontally, and again, using those grid lines, just kind of lock that in place. And there's our top half. Now we can get the select tool, Control C, Control V, and a flip again, but this time vertically. And bring that down here. And wow, we were 1 pixel off from having that perfectly centered. We're pretty close. And there is my pattern. I didn't 100% know what it was going to be when I started. And now that I see it, I think it turned out really impressive. I think this is going to be kind of fun to make. So guys, if you enjoy this kind of thing, please leave me a like. And before I go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members for making this possible. I can't do it without your guys' help. All this string and stuff, it's not cheap. And then I have cameras and all these other things. So thank you guys for making it all possible. I really enjoy what I do. Hopefully you enjoy it as well. And yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.